Do you think the pandemic exposed and exacerbated some of the inequality problems here, and how do you plan to tackle that?
네, 지난 1년 동안
On top of the already existing welfare policies, we have to support low-income classes. We conducted 4 rounds of emergency relief programs, and that alleviated a lot of the income drop for lower-income classes. I think this shows how that kind of welfare policy is necessary in the future as well.
정책으로
You just talked about your cash handout scheme. Will there be then more cash handouts this year?
네, 코로나가 어떻게
As long as there are difficulties that the people are facing, I have no change in stance in thinking that fiscal policy should play a role in providing support. I feel that giving the support that is different in size to the difficulties that one went through is not fair.
What exactly is your profit sharing scheme? And do you think this would solve the inequality problems in South Korea?
네, 이익공유제는
I'd like to stress it's not a mandatory scheme. It's about giving incentives to those corporates who take responsibilities to tackle social problems. I'm not arguing for an absolute equal distribution of wealth, but redistribution is needed for sustainable growth.
미국의 도미노 피자도
Are you going to run for the presidency?
그럴 시기가 오겠죠. 우선 당장은
I will not avoid responsibility. There would be an appropriate time for an official announcement.
How do you plan to facilitate the denuclearization of North Korea?
미국 바이든 행정부
We don't have the luxury to procrastinate. The Biden administration needs to set this as a prioritized agenda item. It needs to acknowledge the importance of South Korea's stance. South Korea has 2 types of roles, one as a mediator and one as a directly involved party. The Trump administration has explicitly separated the roles of Washington and Seoul in a way where the U.S. led the denuclearization process, while South Korea is leading the Peninsula peace process. Wouldn't it be more effective not to distinguish explicitly on those roles?
Do you have any message to President Biden?
예,
I hope the Biden administration refers to the Clinton administration on how to approach the North Korea problem. Obama's administration's strategic patience may have been due to the situation in the Korean peninsula, with no inter-Korean talks. That policy basically gave North Korea the time and condition to strengthen its nuclear arsenal. I would like to ask Biden to prioritize the North Korea denuclearization issue and acknowledge a wider role for South Korea to play in that matter.